Hey guys, Paul and Amy here from Slices of Pie. Guess where we are? We are in Salem, Massachusetts, home of the famous witch trials and an inspiration of a lot of movies. We are going to be only here for a few days. We're going to go and check it out, see what the town has to offer, and we're going to bring it to you. Let's go. Yeah, there's all kinds of shops here that sells all kinds of interesting witch supplies like crystals and wands and brooms and incense and tarot cards, all kinds of fun stuff. So who knows what kind of things we're going to purchase and take on our trip, but you never know. Maybe we'll pick up some magic potions or something cool. This particular building behind me, back in, I guess, 1692, was where some of the accused witches were imprisoned here. We found this rooftop bar because we figured we needed a beer. We got some nachos.
Check these out.
Yeah, so check out this rooftop. So we actually have a view of the top of the whole town here, which is kind of cool. You know, come up here, get a refreshment, get some food, recharge a little bit, head back out and hit it. We actually haven't been here very long to really need to be recharged. But, you know, what are you gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and scarf on these nachos. We just finished our nachos and we wanted to show you guys the other view from this rooftop bar. So check it out.
That building right there says Salem 5-cent savings bank. I don't know how long it's been there, but I imagine at one point 5 cents was a lot of money.
The place we chose to camp in Salem, Massachusetts is called Winter Island Park. And what it is it's a harbor. As you can see behind me, there's all kinds of boats that harbor out here. And it's like a parking lot, guys. Here, we got a spot right on the water. However, there are spots that are up the hill that are more for tent camping and stuff. But I'm gonna say, this is not a place for a quiet, tranquil setting. There's partying going on. There's people with their boats going in and out all day long. If you look behind me here, there is a lighthouse over there. And the parties aren't just here in the facility or in the site. They're also like party barges come up here and they party all night. Well, maybe not all night, but pretty late. Karaoke music. It's kind of fun. I would say if you are looking for something that is a little more quiet and tranquil, this ain't the place, guys. This is the place where you come maybe to have a little bit of fun, go into town, check out all the witchy stuff going on there. There is a midway, actually, like an old school carnival midway that is down there. We went yesterday, got some really, really bad Chinese food, but it's like a lot of fun, a lot of people hanging out there, not just tourists, but locals. And then right here, I mean, we're right up against the edge here, guys. You can see the water. You can see like they do like rental boats and kayaks here. I think we're gonna actually take our kayaks out tomorrow and go around out there and check out the water. It's a really fun, kind of hip place to stay. As long as you're cool with just, you know, hanging out in a parking lot.
We're in Salem, Massachusetts, and I've decided to visit my favorite places in this town. Where's that? Of course, it's gonna be where they filmed Hocus Pocus. But before I do that, real quick, I need to update my travel map, which includes adding the state of Massachusetts to where we have spent the night. You know what's funny about the East Coast states? There's so many of them, and they're so intricate and tiny, and like, it's kind of like when you start a drawing and you're really detailed, and then by the time you get to this section, you're like, screw it, I'm just gonna draw squares because you're tired of drawing. Check out this travel map. Like, we just left what was New York City, but we were technically in New Jersey. So how did we get to Massachusetts without rewarding ourselves with another sticker? I mean, we had to drive through Connecticut, but we didn't spend the night there. So just like a note, like the way we apply these stickers, we have to spend at least one night in a state to give ourselves credit for staying at a location. Our first stop on the tour is Pioneer Village here in Salem. This is where the beginning of the Hocus Pocus started. So if you are a big fan like me, you remember Max wakes up in the morning, realizes his sister's gone, runs off to find her. Let's take a look at Pioneer Village and see what we can see that's just like the movie. Interestingly enough, women during the 17th century in the colonies had no vote, could not own property. This was in stark contrast to the Native American women at the same time in this place who had very different rights. Tell me you're a witch. Tell me. So this is the cottage that Zachary Binks lived in with his family. I'm not able to get inside of it, but here it is, thatch covered roof and everything. Look what we found, Max's house. Not open to the public, but we definitely are here to check it out. Pretty exciting. Looks a lot smaller in real life, to be honest with you, but remember when the top of that house blew up, when the witches came up? I remember. Our next stop here is Old Town Hall, and if you are a fan like me, you know this is where Max's parents partied the night away at their Halloween party. Right there, they came straggling out the next morning wondering what the heck happened. Old Town Hall, Salem, Massachusetts. Here we are at Allison's house. Do you remember? They came trick-or-treating here, met up with Allison, and that's when the whole adventure kicked off on Hocus Pocus. This is a huge icon. This is actually the Ropes Mansion. If you're visiting Salem, Massachusetts, you can actually go inside and visit the gardens out back. But I am just so excited to see the front stoop here because I remember how decorated it was and what an iconic part of the movie it was for me as a young person. We're in the inside of the house now. It's clearly not the set they used for the movie, but it's absolutely beautiful. What I'm astounded by, this is actually the second dining room. I'll put a picture of the first dining room right here. People live like royalty around here in Salem.
And stuff, but I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. Phil? Phil the groundhog? Hey, little fella. Hi. What are you doing here?
Oh my God.
What are you doing? What do you want? No, I'm not gonna feed you. No, I'm not gonna feed you. Go away. Go on, get. Cute little sucker, isn't he?
Off to see the groundhog? It's been a little while since I've been able to get out on the kayak, and I can't imagine better idea on a day like today with water like this. Spoiled sometimes, it's like really smooth lake.
I think this might be Amy's first time in saltwater with this.
You know,
Oh, you're right. You're right. We were down in the west. There's a lighthouse coming up here. Check it out. Hey, isn't this close to where they filmed Jaws? I don't know. I'm looking, keeping my eye out. So coming up here, we have a lighthouse right here, and there's like a tour boat that's a schooner that tours around in the bay here. Let me turn my boat around and you can see it. So there's the lighthouse right there. Woohoo! And there's the schooner behind me. Right there. Ooh, the tide's taking me back in. I better hurry up and get turned around and catch up with Amy. Try not to get you guys too seasick watching us kayak. Oddly enough, there's a beach here that people can use, and they call it Waikiki Beach, which I think is kind of funny. It looks nothing like Hawaii out here. I mean, maybe the rocks, but I love getting Amy out on the kayaks. She doesn't get the opportunity to do it very often because of her work schedule. So I kind of got to push her when we get to these locations. But she never regrets it. I have to say, if you're going to travel full time in an RV, having a kayak is a great little toy to have. There's so many places you can use them at. They're really easy to take with you. I don't think I've ever regretted putting the money towards a couple of kayaks. Well, it got pretty hairy out there, but now we're here back in the bay. Our campsite, here, check it out. Our campsite is right, there's Wanda right there. So we have a really good view of the water, obviously. And there's these little buoys out here. I'm trying to figure out what they are. At first I thought maybe there'd be like a trap on the end of them, but I don't think so. They look like they've been here for a long time. And we're ready to head out of Massachusetts. We finally are gonna be in Maine. We've been like planning this for the longest time. We're gonna miss that view for sure, you know, but I'm sure that we'll have even better and cooler views as we travel. All right, guys, that just wraps it up for this video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell, and shoot us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And check out our food channel. We actually ate a couple times here. It's Best Food Review Road Trip. Got a little icon right there. Noisy plane above. And I'm gonna put a link down in the description. So hey guys, until next time, we'll see ya.